Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. We're going to talk about the empath and the narcissist. You know, this is sort of a perfect match, and I'll tell you why. But it's not a happy match, but it's a perfect match for the narcissist. Because the narcissist is about taking everything, taking advantage of people, just taking. And the empath is about giving, You see, that's why I say they're a perfect match. But the downside of it is the narcissist can walk away like he was never involved with the empath, where the empath will be devastated because the empath has bonded with the narcissist. And see, that's why they're a perfect match, but it's an evil match. It's perfect for the narcissist, but not for the empath. Now, empaths are people who many times they care too much. They give away too much. And this is what I say. They give more to others than they give to themselves. They give more to others, give more care to others, and less care to themselves. You see? And that's why I talk a lot about loving yourself first. You give to yourself first, and then give to others. But empaths usually give too much to other people and not enough for themselves. And when they're involved with the narcissist, look, he's got a million wants. So he's going to drain the empath dry. And that's his intent anyway. But there's a bond that happens between the empath and the narcissist, and it's a dangerous bond. I talked before about being soul tied with the narcissist, and that's when you engage in sex with him, then you're soul tied to him. Now, in a soul tie, it's a spiritual thing, and the narcissist can tap into your energy even when he's not present, when he's not in your presence, and you can tap into the narcissist's energy when you're not in a narcissist's presence. And I'm telling you, it's all energy. It's all energy. You see, sometimes if the narcissist is feeling sad, all of a sudden you feeling sad. And you don't know why. You don't know why. It's because you're tied to the narcissist. You're tapping into that energy. You see? And sometimes you may feel sexual out of nowhere. You're getting that from the narcissist. That's the soul tie. Now, there's another bond that happens in this toxic relationship, and the clinicians call it a trauma bond. And the way that they describe the trauma bond is how you can become addicted to the way that the narcissist handles you. I'm going to say that. He handles you. Okay? And somehow in this trauma bond, a lot of times people confuse it with love. With love. So because they feel like they love the narcissist, no matter what he does, they love him, it's hard for them to break away. That's what happens with the trauma bond, you see. And either of these, the tie or the bond, you don't want to be tied to the narcissist. But the empath goes in the relationship wanting to help, to satisfy, to please. That's the nature of an empath. But then the narcissist, He's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You don't even see who you're really dealing with until you're in there. You're in there and bonded to the narcissist, because number one, he's going to try to bond you to him right away. This way, this is how he controls you. This is how he controls you. Now, the way that the trauma bond works is that he does some nice things, and then he does some awful things. You see? Some nice things and some awful things. And the empath will think, well, he's just going having a bad day, or, he's not like that all the time, And plus, remember, you have become desensitized to a lot of stuff because it's happening all the time. His criticism, his little down on you and stuff like that. You become accustomed to it. So a lot of times it's happening, but you don't pay any attention. But believe me, it's working on your psyche. It is working on your psyche. You see? The narcissist has an agenda, as you know. He has an agenda. And that agenda is to destroy you. To destroy you. And to recruit others to take on his narcissistic characteristics. He grooms other people to take on his narcissistic characteristics. You see? But you as an empath need to be aware of this. Be aware of who you are. Who you are and how you relate to other people. You see, I am an Aquarian, and I am a natural humanitarian. So I think about the whole of people before I think about, probably don't think as much about myself, or I didn't until I healed. You see, now I love myself first. But, and I do help other people all the time. But you have to make sure yourself is good. And the empath, a lot of times, they don't. They don't. They pour everything they have into the relationship, trying to make it work. I know I did. I bent over backwards trying to make it work. And many empaths do. And then when the relationship breaks up, the empath feels like you didn't try hard enough. You didn't do your best. Maybe you weren't loving enough. You should have been more patient. You understand? And you just go on and on and on. And this is part of the trauma bond. That's where the trauma bond comes in, right there. You feel it's love that you feel for the narcissist, when it could be just you're bonded to him. It's not love at all. Because love is not hurtful. If somebody loves you, they wouldn't try to hurt you. And the narcissist tries to hurt you at every turn, and you know that. So that's one reason you can say it's not love. Now, you can feel bonded to him, that you love him, but look at it. It's one-sided, because he's not loving you. You understand? More than likely, you're bonded to the narcissist. You are bonded to the narcissist. See, because a narcissist is actually controlled by an evil spirit. This spirit seeks out the empath. You see? Because the empath is such an easier mark. The empath gives naturally. Naturally. I mean, it's part of the personality of the empath is to give. Their time, their love, effort, whatever they have, They want to give it. And the narcissist has hit the jackpot when they hook up with an empath. You see? But it's the empath who needs to be aware of what's really going on. And the empath to spot the narcissist when the narcissist approaches. This way you can prevent yourself from even getting bonded to the narcissist. Because number one, you know that he's going to sexualize you, and that's how he's going to bond with you. So if you cut that off, he's not in. And you're still free. But once you have sex with him, and he's in your soul, all right, now you're on the path. You're on your way down a dark path with the narcissist. You see? But see, understanding these things is power. Understanding what's really going on is power. And if you realize that you are a giver, you probably need to step back a little and put up some boundaries if you're with a narcissist. Put up some boundaries, because the narcissist doesn't like boundaries at all. They don't like boundaries, you see. But if the empath puts up boundaries, that'll slow a lot of that nonsense down. A lot of it down. And plus, this way the empath can start protecting him or herself from the narcissist's abuse. You see? And the addiction of the trauma bonding. When you really know what's going on, then you don't fall victim to these things. You don't fall victim. And there's a lot of people who have fallen victim, and they just feel like there's no hope. This is what it is, and I guess I just have to ride it out. No, you don't. No, you don't. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And the narcissist is a very insecure kind of spirit. He or she is very insecure and very fragile. Can't take any kind of criticism or anything like that. And see, the empath is not about criticizing people. The empath is more about supporting people. Supporting people. So now you can understand why the narcissist will seek out people like this. Because they're easy targets. Not that he's going to treat you any better. Not that he's not going to discard you. Not that he's going to stay. You see, the thing about the narcissist, whatever they think that they want, it's a moving target. It's a moving target. They can't say, this is what I like right over here. Because tomorrow it's over here. Next day is up there. Next day is down here. It's always a moving target with them. That's why they're never satisfied. They're never satisfied with anything. So no matter what you do to please the narcissist, and this is what empaths do, he or she, never going to be satisfied. The target is always moving. Never going to be satisfied. The best you can do is to love yourself. Empaths. Because the narcissist is only taking advantage. But I wanted you to understand the difference between the soul tie and the trauma bond. The trauma bond, the clinicians say you can become addicted to the relationship and think it's love, but it's really trauma bonding. By the way that the narcissist handles you with the you know, with the good things that he does and then the awful things, that roller coaster ride, you can become addicted to it and numb to it. And after a while, it's just normal to you. It's just normal. What he does is just normal. You know, this is your life. But the clinicians say that is trauma bonded. You are trauma bonded to the narcissist. You see? And if you're soul tied with, then he can tap into you. He can tap into you anytime. Tap into you anytime. And all of this is going on while the narcissist is doing his thing. All of this going on when he's just living his life. Living his life and making your life miserable. Miserable. You see? Because he's going to make sure that he gets what he needs. What he needs. Now, he's never happy. He you know, that evil spirit is traumatizing him all the time. And so the evil spirit is the one who's traumatizing you too. It's all a big game. It's all a big evil game that they play. But I just wanted you to understand the difference and why the narcissist looks for certain people. You know, victims are chosen. They're chosen. Any scammer or whatever, they choose their victims wisely because they want the scam to go easy. Same thing with the narcissist. He picks and chooses who looks like a good supply to him. And the empath is a perfect supply for the narcissist. A perfect supply for the narcissist. You see, this relationship was not based on love. This relationship was based on deception. On deception. The narcissist went into the relationship to deceive you. So it can be nothing but that. Nothing but that. And it's never going to change. But I want you to realize that we all are still learning. All of us. You know, this is a big classroom and we're all still learning these things. You see, so no shame, no foul. You know, you pick the narcissist to be with. Hey, you did what you knew at the time. So now that we know better, now we can do better. You see, but you can't kick yourself because you made an error. You know, we've all picked the wrong person before. I know I have. Plenty times. Plenty times. But I did what I knew at the time. When you know better, you can do better. And that's what these messages are about. To give you a chance to know what's going on. And this way you can make better decisions. Better decisions. But just remember that every challenge in your life is a lesson. All you need to do is to learn the lesson and move forward. You see? And move forward. That's all. You don't go around acting like your life is doomed because you made this decision. No. You look at for the lesson that was in it and move forward. And move forward. And don't take any grudges or bitterness with you. Just move forward. You see? And that's what life is all about. That's what life is all about. You know, we all get into unpleasant situations. But that doesn't mean your life is destroyed because of that. You see? You create your reality. Whatever you think about, you can bring into your reality. But you have to work on yourself before you can do any of these amazing things. You have to work on yourself first. Work on yourself first, you know, and these messages help you to see when trouble is coming. Trust your instinct. I just did a video on trusting your instinct. Your instinct is that gut feeling that you have. That gut feeling that you have. You see? And that whisper in your brain, in your ear. All that's your intuition, the way you feel about something. You see? But anyway, I think I'm going to end it here. I really wanted to explain about the empath, the narcissist, the soul tie, and the trauma bonding. This is what this video was about. And I hope I was clear in explaining the difference between them and how to deal with the narcissist when all of this is going on. I thank you so much for your comments and for viewing the video. And I also thank everyone who is supporting this channel. I wish you all well and goodwill, and I hope to see you next time.